Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the T28 HTC Heavy Tank Concept. This is one of the reward tanks from the personal missions in World of Tanks, and it's been driven today by TimBob. What University? Southeast Asian clan. And he's on Itsk. Of course, this is a what's it called? This is a encounter battle where there's only one flag in the middle of the map. Sorry for the delay, I was just playing a little bit around with my settings. And heavy tank concept at tier 7. It's got a pretty handy gun with 105 meter gun, does 320 hit points of damage, which is pretty punchy for tier 7. Penetration of 181, and of course APCR, the premium ammunition, has 224, so an extra 44 millimeters of penetration in the American tier 7 tank destroyer. This is a tank that I've got, and it is an absolute ripper. Now TimBob, you can see, he's already noticed this LTTB tier 7 Russian medium tank. It looks like he might have been going after the artillery. The artillery looks like he's probably knows he's been spotted, or maybe he's got one eye on the mini-map, which is good, and he's relocating to make sure he doesn't get taken out by that big American tier 8 artillery, or even one of the smaller artilleries on the other side. Looking at the lineup, you can see the enemy side has 5 heavy tanks compared to only 2 heavy tanks on TimBob's side. As he pokes around the corner, you can see he's reasonably well angled. It does have pretty good armour, the T28 HTC. It can bounce shots from, if it's angled properly, it'll bounce whatever you like. And that's why he's getting a little bit aggressive towards the Carnarvon top tier heavy tank. He would dearly love to get that out of the game, and he waits for his reload, takes a shot from the IS-3, but the IS-3, all the IS-3 does is remove his tracks, and since he's safely behind a building and probably safe from artillery, doesn't fix his tracks. He just continues to pump damage into the British tier 8 heavy tank, and one more shot might be enough as he waits for the reload. Gets him down to 86 hit points of damage, and you can see that TimBob's already blocked 230 hit points of damage. He's picked up 1366 damage, all against a top tier tank, and he's helping his team bring the score back 1-2 now. They're only down by 1 tank. Gets a shot into the Cromwell. Now you can safely assume that the Cromwell won't be able to bounce him, but artillery moves in front of him. Why, oh why did that artillery do that? I will never know. That was just an absolute dick move by the artillery. But 2-5 is the score. TimBob's already picked up 1700 hit points of damage. He's blocked a bit, and now he's looking to get rid of the IS-3, which he gets a shot into him, and the T150 does the job, slowly clawing the score back. It's now 5-all as the enemy Hummel gets taken out by the Ike tank, the 90B, which is the tier 7 new Swedish tank destroyer. TimBob getting nice and aggressive in his T28 heavy tank concept now. He's moving right forward up near the flag with a score on 5 apiece. He's already picked up nearly 2,000 hit points of damage, and he's looking to expand on that score total. Looking for a shot on the ELC, which will be easy damage for the big American tank destroyer. ELC proving to be a little bit elusive, so now he's just searching around looking for shots. The M4A1 Revloir tank gets rid of that CDC. And looking at what tanks are left, apart from the tier 5 light tank, most of the enemy tanks are reasonably slow, so TimBob can afford to be a little bit aggressive, confident that not many of these tanks will be able to flank him and outmanoeuvring. And with the score of 9-7, why wouldn't he be aggressive? Putting a little bit of pressure on the enemy side by sitting on the cap circle, but being in encounter mode, of course it takes about 3 minutes, or maybe a bit more than 3 minutes, to fully cap on your own. But with the score on 9-7, you may as well go for the damage, and I think that's what you're going to see TimBob do in this replay. He's looking for a shot of that T34, but when you look at the mini-map, that T34 is absolutely miles away. And I think he's just realised that, so it looks to me like he's going to go after this T28 prototype and a KV3, which, even though he's only a tier 7, TimBob should be able to reliably penetrate those two tanks. Now the T28 concept tank only comes with 880 hit points of health, which is probably the only downside to it. If you compare it to the T28 prototype, which has 1150, but of course that's at tier 8. Tries to get a sneaky shot under the railway carriages, but all he manages to do is, I think he might have tracked him. There's a T50 rolls past. He's looking for some shots on those enemy tanks. The T34 is a hell of a long way away. He's not going to be able to shoot the T34, but he's still looking for a sneaky shot into the side of the American tank destroyer. That shot went into the carriage by the looks of it as he waits for the reload. Looking for some cheeky shots into the American tank destroyer, the T28 prototype. Very, very popular line to grind, but all he's going to be able to do right there is possibly keep him tracked. That's probably all he'll be able to do. But it doesn't look like anyone else is shooting at the American tank destroyer. With the score on 11 apiece, I think it's just about nearly time to do something. It looks like that T28 prototype, he copped a bit of damage from probably the Rev, the M4A1 Rev, and of course TimBob picked up the assisted damage for that because he's the one that was keeping the tank destroyer spotted. Now with that T28 prototype only on 256 hit points, and that Ike tank, the tier 6 Swedish tank, they're both one shots, these two. Not lucky enough to get a shot in on that occasion. That KV3 is on pretty high health as he waits for his gun to reload. He finally gets a kill shot on the T28 prototype, evening the score up again at 12 apiece. But that KV3 I think is going to be the key. Those other two tank destroyers are, well, the Ike tank is pretty low health, but TimBob will say thank you very much, I'll take that kill. Not sure on what the T25-2's health is on. He's currently not spotted, but he takes out the T150 and that KV3. It's going to take a few shots to kill him, but the Rev doing its job, and TimBob gets another shot in, brings him down to a one shot for either tank, I think. TimBob still angled quite well. He should be able to bounce this shot. I'm sure it's coming. And as he's reloaded, he bounces the KV3 and kills him, so he's still on full health. And it's time for TimBob and this M4A1 Rev to hunt down this T25-2 and send him back to the garage as well. 2,821 hit points of damage. That's just gone to 3106. The T25-2 manages to get a penetrating shot onto TimBob, and it looks like it's straight into the flush of the armour, but TimBob picks up his 5th kill and sends the American tank destroyer back to the garage as we have a very quick look at the post-game battle results. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge on Ensk for TimBob from What University Southeast Asian Clan. Bruiser, Fire for effect, and not a bad game at all. He comfortably topped the damage with 3,126 hit points for his 5 kills, and that was enough to give him a base experience score of 1386. You can see there he fired 23 shots, 18 hit and 13 penetrated, doing a nice total of 3,126, which at tier 7 is not too bad at all. Being a premium tank, he would have got a little bit of a bonus to the credits, but he only made just under 22,000 credits. That's with a premium account. There would have been quite a number of those shots. 10 shots didn't do any damage, so that probably would have cost him a few credits. I'm not sure. I don't think he fired any premium ammunition. He probably wouldn't have needed to, but all in all, a pretty handy Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from TimBob from What University Southeast Asian Clan in his T28 heavy tank concept at tier 7. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the replay, Tim. Take care and see you all next time.